Okay, hello, welcome to part 1 of how to build a small PvP vessel in Empyrion Galactic Survival and load into creative mode. Okay, so first thing you do is press H since we're in creative mode, and it brings up all the windows. You can left click to bring a stack to your inventory, and you can right click to get one each. It goes to your hotbar, and if you run out of space you can put stuff from your hotbar to your inventory. Okay, small vessel, so what we're going to need first is small vessel starter. Okay, put it down, press J to turn your jetpack on in creative and it'll float. Okay, that first blue block is the direction it's facing, so that's its front, and these are its back. Okay, now we go to small vessel tab. Alright, to make it run we're going to need a generator, fuel tanks, thrusters, and RCS, and cockpit to drive it. Okay, so first of all, oh wait, we're also going to need some extra blocks. If this is your first vessel and not like a PvP vessel, or maybe it could be a PvP vessel, but your first vessel, so you haven't gone to space yet, you want these blocks for making this vessel. If you want like a PvP vessel, use this, but it takes iron and sathium ingots, and you'll have to go to space to get sathium. Okay, we're going to use these because it's a PvP vessel we're making. Alright, you can hold N to bring up the symmetry plane, and make sure you're holding a block. Choose which one you want. I like YZ because it's left and right. You choose where you want on it, on the ship. Okay, so when you place that down there, it'll place it on the other side. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off for now so you can see. What you can do, you can turn that on and then log out and log back into your game, like a resume game, and it will still be there, but the green wall won't be there. Just be careful when you're using symmetry plane, when you're using like generators and stuff, because what we're going to do is use the home and insert and delete keys to rotate blocks, and like sometimes these will rotate strangely and not quite do the same symmetry you're looking for. Well, like it did there, but like sometimes it would be here, and then this block would be here, and then outside here. So careful of that. You can shift right click to remove blocks in creative. Okay, we're gonna need thrusters. We need 6 because 6 directions. And thrusters don't do damage, so you can just have those facing each other. You can have these fully encased and they'll still do fine. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay, that was the fuel tank. That was the generator. That was the fuel tank. The fuel tank, you're gonna have to go up to it. You can either press F and open it, and we're gonna need fuel to put fuel in it. So these are the best fusion cells. These are the next best large fuel packs. You can see at the right their fuel value. And these suck. Don't even make these because they takes these, and you need to save these to make these. Right? And then these are okay because they're cheap, and They still work fine for small vessels, but eventually you want to move on to these because you'll get plenty of Promethium. And you press F, you can shift click to fuel it all. You could also go on the, stand on the vessel and press P to open the control panel. And you can fuel them through there, you can double click on it. We'll have to do the same thing with an O2 tank. So, and you're going to need O2 bottles. And make sure you get the big O2 bottles. These ones won't fill them up. These are just for, you can shift right click these when they're in inventory and you'll fill your player's oxygen. And you don't need that for creative, but like when you're in survival, that's how you do it. And you can feel that through the control panel too. Okay, and then so you can go to control panel and then see you can see what you're missing if anything gets shot out or anything. And go to statistics button on the bottom right, and you'll see all your mobility and everything you have. Remember, make sure you have ammo boxes by the time you're done making this. Okay. A lot of times I've made ships and then I forget the ammo boxes. I'm like, oh great. Okay. So you can see how your thrusts go, and then this will reduce the more weight you get, more mass. And right now we need roll, pitch, and yaw, so we need RCS. And you can see that now. See how this dropped from 19, and then now we have this number. In a later video I'll go into the recommendations I give. Everyone's got their own opinions. So the recommendations I give for my PvP vessels on what's a good ratio to get, at least for figuring out how to build your ship and stuff, and cockpit. So now we have everything. You can auto group here if you desire, and turn everything into groups. And there'll be a trick I like to do with ammo boxes for that. Okay. Alright, you can press F to enter, press V to go into third person, press Y to turn on your vehicle, space and C to ascend or descend, Q and E to roll, and you can hold O to auto level. If you go into water, your thrusters deactivate until you float up. If you fly into lava, your character will die, but your ship will be fine, and then you'll have to, you can press F5 to get your player drill, and then you can get a drill tool. Right click, put filler, go into the lava, and then start filling up the ground. So push your vehicle above the lava, and then eventually you can get to your cockpit, hopefully, if that ever happens. Or if you find a ship you want to salvage, someone just left it there, that's a trick you can use. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay, now you can save your ship. You hold the right Alt button and O, press O on your keyboard. It'll bring up your blueprint screen. You can choose Save As or Overwrite, but you probably wouldn't want to do that. You can choose a name. PvP test vessel. Okay. Now you can press F2. You go on your blueprints. Small vessels to find things faster. PvP test vessel. Okay. Yeah, and you can see how much it costs, how fast it's built. Okay, and then what it costs. So like, if you have Sathium here, you'll want to switch from this hardened steel to no regular steel, because you have to fly to space to get Sathium. getting unlock level, it's gonna be 7 for the smallest, cheapest small vessel level requirements. I think that's it for that. And okay, so you can put ingots in here, like in survival mode. There's a, let me see if it changes it. You can go here and change mode to survival. F2. Yeah, see, there's a factory tab. Okay, so you choose what you want. You choose to factory, and it'll bring it up. And then you can put ingots in here, right? But it will only affect that if you put processed ingots. Say this is iron and sathium. It's gonna contribute iron and sathium, and it's also going to reduce the production time because it's processed. Alright, and that's that. Please tune to part 2 or any other part you would like to see for further tips. We're going to go into weapons on part 2.